Hello, everybody. This is Sandra Pelly, the Sandini, the keeper of the inner dragon flame, as well as the galactic shaman. And I'm very, very excited today to have somebody who's really in my personal community. And I'm just loving watching her growth and expansion because I've also seen her in other communities. So when she agreed to come be a part of this, I was very, very excited to be able to witness her in front of this audience with all of you guys. So I want to tell you a little bit more about Jackie before we give her the floor. Jackie Mieres Johnston is an inspirational speaker, a certified transformational life coach through the Brave Thinking Institute, and founder of Evocative Life Coaching Solutions. She specializes in helping women over 40 gain clarity, overcome limiting beliefs, and confidently design their next chapter. With over 16 years of experience studying and applying transformational success principles, Jackie empowers her clients to break through self-doubt, reconnect with their vision, and take purposeful action toward a life of fulfillment and meaning. She believes life is not meant to be lived by default, but by design. Jackie, you're magical. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you so much, Sandra. Thank you for letting me be part of this. This is my first summit, so I feel honored to be among the speakers here. And I sat through. I shouldn't say sat through. I experienced the first two speakers, and it is really touching. So now I'm all scared. Oh, I'm going to
You
do my
got
best,
this.
right? Okay. So, just to give a little bit about myself, as you said, I work with women who are 40 and over, who are at a transition point in their life. And I chose these women because I went through that myself. And it's interesting because women tend to be the one in the home who would keep the ship afloat and help guide the ship. Although after the last speakers, we realized that this can be easily done together, right? But most of the time, it's the woman who's taking care of the kids, working, and helping to guide the ship. So during the period, most of the times their dreams and the things that they would love to do usually get put on the back burner. And by the time they get to the age of 40 or more or 50, their feelings for what they would love, they can't remember, or they don't even take time to think about it. So they reach a point where, like I did, where, at the back of my mind, I kept thinking, is there more? Right? I'm not feeling fulfilled. Yes, I have a job. It pays well. The family is fine. Yes, but something is missing. And is there all there is? Is there more to life? What is missing? I'm sure some of you who are listening, I don't know if you could relate to that, but getting to that point where what's next for me, especially when you get to the stage where the kids have all gone off, and a lot of people, they feel, where's my purpose now, right? So at that point, many people, they don't know what to do. As I said, I've been through this. Many women in particular, they don't know what's next. So they get to the point where they know there's more because they feel it. They feel unfulfilled. They feel there has to be more to life than this. And they feel stuck because they don't know how to move forward. They're not sure what are the next steps to take. They feel they have outgrown their current life and they just feel stuck. What do I do next? Right? And I'm speaking about this because I went through this for quite a few years. And in my case, uh, my mom was ill. I live in Canada, and my mom was ill in Trinidad. And what I would do is probably every how many months, I would fly to Trinidad to, see how things are going because she was actually bedridden. And on one occasion when I was leaving, I looked at my mom and I thought, you know, is this the last time I would see her? And I sat on that plane. I remember it to this day. Excuse me if I get emotional. And I remember her telling me, um, Jackie, always do what you love and always help people along the way wherever you can. And it was at that point before takeoff, I remembered making a decision that I am going to make that change. I am going to start looking to find something that, something that I love and where I can help people along the way. And so I got back to Canada and I started looking, right? Didn't know what I wanted to do. It's easy to say yes, yes, go back to what you wanted to do maybe as a child. But I started thinking, oh, if I could get a job where, I could, help people and they pay me, that would be great. I'll give them advice and they pay me. That would be great. And I couldn't think of what that would be. So what happened at the time I was contracting with a company, Fortune 500 or whatever, and they decided to get rid of my whole team. And at that point, I said to my husband, oh my gosh, I really don't think I could, look for another job. At this point, I really have to find something I would love. And because throughout my life at this company, which was like 16 years or so, people will always come to me for advice. And in that train, this young man who was on our team, when he heard about, the whole team is gone, he reached out to me and says, Jackie, I'd really like to talk to you. I'd like your help. So I said, sure, because I'm all about helping people um, anytime. That's me. And so we had the conversation. And I remember one of the things I told him is, when things happen, there's a good could come out of it. And around 10 minutes after I spoke to him, my manager reached out to me and said, Jackie, I don't know what you told this guy, but he said you changed his life forever. And he said, Jackie, you should be a life coach. And I said, huh, really, is that a thing? You know? And he said, yes, because you always give great advice and people should pay you for the advice you give. You should be a life coach. So I said, oh, he said, no, seriously, look into it. So I decided, okay, I said, okay, I will look into it. And that night on my phone on Instagram, it popped up. Do you have what it takes to be a life coach? Now everybody said, yeah, your phone is listening, your phone is listening. But I do not use Siri on my phone. I make sure I turn off everything with listening because, I don't want people listening to my conversation. So, so it was around a week and a half, I actually went all out, did the research, and I found this organization and I actually signed up to start the certification and training to become a life coach. So that's where I am today. And because of, speaking to many women, especially women who are at that point, that transition point, over the years, I don't know what to do. I feel stuck. Um, I can't even dream, right? I don't know what next. I know there's more, but I don't know what to do. So I decided that that would be my niche. I'll work with women who were in my position and to help them to move forward because we all deserve to live a life we love. We all deserve to be happy, to be fulfilled. And I was able to move into that position. And it is a continuous thing because I've been working with Sandra for a year. And as she says, oh my, there has been a major leap. I thought, okay, I got all this going on. I know, but I've learned so much as well in the past year, especially about myself. And because I was able to learn about myself and help myself, um, my marriage, it has helped with my marriage, and it has helped with my kids, and it has helped with my clients as well. So, what I wanted to share is about living by design. So, the structure I've found is because um, women tend to be stuck and not sure of what next, I believe the first stage is to awaken, to start thinking about what they would love in their life moving forward. So the first stage of my program is to awaken all those feelings that have been quiet over the years, all the dreams that have been put aside to make sure that family was fine, whether it's working on a career, getting to the next level and concentrating on not on ourselves, but making sure everything around us was working well and putting ourselves in the background. So the first thing is to starting to think again about what do I want? What would I love? What will bring me joy? Where can I start feeling comfortable in my own skin and taking care of me? Self-care, self-love. At this stage, many of us have changed our shapes, in life. And more than likely, we may not go back to how we were when we were 20 or 30. So we have to, again, connect with ourselves and learn to love who we are as we are at this stage in our lives. So the first stage is awakening to who we are, bringing back all those feelings of, self-love and the joy, what brings us joy in life. And I say joy as opposed to happiness because happiness is one thing, but joy is something that just emanates from the heart, right? And when we think about awakening, we have to look at the different areas in our lives to see where we want change and get clear. And one of the cards Sandra spoke about was vision, right? So we have to get clear so we can have a vision of what we would love to bring about. So we literally have to take some time, pause, reflect on where we were, where we would love to be, and then recognize that if we don't make the change and a few years go by, what will happen? Because no matter what, every single day we are living a life, right? Every morning we get up, we do things. As long as we are alive, things are happening and we are living a life. So the question is, how do we want to live that life? Do we want to live that life by default, where we just moving day by day, doing the same thing on the treadmill? Or do we want to have a vision for our lives and design the life that we would love? And that's what I mean by living by design. It's intentionally choosing the direction we'd love to go in. It's creating that vision for our lives, creating the vision, and then taking the steps to bring that life about. So once you have, awakened to what you would love, what's next? The next step is to get clear, right? So you identify which areas of your life you're not happy with or would like to change, which areas of your life, whether it's your health, whether it's your career, whether it's the time and money freedom you have, or it's your relationships. Identify where change is needed and see what you would love to bring about, and then design, create that vision, and start taking the steps to what I call your next chapter. So I was able to do it. And as I say, if I can, at the age of, I'm going to share it, at the age of 60, I started my own business. And, using your talents and working with the universe, letting your intuition guide you. And it's a simple question that you ask yourself as you move forward. Is this something I would love or not? So when you designing your life, you think of, is this something I would love? Is this something I can help other people? Is this something that would bring me joy? And once you can identify these things and you start taking the steps to bring them about, I assure you, because I've had this experience myself, the universe literally comes in to help you wherever you can. So, with that, I would like to say that this applies to everyone, no matter where you are in your life. Don't let anyone tell you, okay, you're too old, or don't think to yourself, oh, I want to find the love of my life, but no, I'm too thin, right? Or that ship has sailed. This is the point in time where you reflect and you tell fear, right? Fear and ego that's trying to keep you safe, right? That's trying to keep you stuck. No, this is my time. I'm ready to move forward. And I'm going to take it step by step because it doesn't have to be one big change. You start step by step with small changes, and that will bring about the life you would love. Because my tagline is, you want to make the rest of your life the best of your life. And we all deserve it. Okay? So, Sandra, that's that's my portion.
Loving it. I'm loving it. Oh my gosh, that was so awesome. Christine and I were just in the comments for you because you had so many powerful pieces to that. And I think most of you can see why she is here speaking with us today. And when we step into our life in the way that Jackie has, as the example, as some of us here have done, we can start to see that we have options, and Jackie's providing beautiful options. Jackie, your gift is I'm just going to pull it up here, and Christina is going to drop it in the chat. 5 strategies to become unstuck, move forward to create the life of your dreams. That just feels so powerful to me because it is exactly what you were just speaking about. Would you like to share a little bit more about it?
Yes, so what as I said, I went through all of this myself, right? So when I thought of what women needed, and again, women in transition, because I've heard it over and over, I feel stuck, but I don't know what to do. I don't know where to do. I don't know how to start, right? So after hearing this over and over and over again, I thought, okay, how do we become unstuck? And that's when I recognize, of course, the first thing is to identify where you are not happy or where you feel it's something dragging you down. And unfortunately, it may be your job, right? Like I went to work every day, right? And yeah, I enjoyed parts of my job, but I knew this wasn't what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. So I thought, okay, let's get clear. And I came up, from my training, there were 4 main areas of our life. So our health, many times we're not happy with our health, but sometimes it's just that our body has changed as the years went by. It's not going to go back, but we can be healthy in the way we currently are, right? So coming to terms with that and recognizing, okay, all right, yeah, I'm not going to lose 500 pounds to be, but I can be healthy from where I am. It could
I'm gonna
be, sorry.
I'm gonna stop you there because I don't want you to give away verbally the
Okay,
entire gift.
okay, okay, yes, okay, yeah. So, yeah, so it is just looking at how we can move forward, right? And that was one of the first steps to see where we are, identify where we are, and then take it from there. And then I get
Beautiful.
into other things from there, right?
I love that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for letting me interrupt you, Jackie. I really appreciate it. There's also too, for those of you who are choosing to step into the VIP, uh, Jackie's VIP is your next chapter vision experience. 3 powerful steps to get unstuck and start living by design. I want you, first of all, each and every one of you, to really hear that the words that she is using in the titles are the words that are her common lingo. And it's lingo that we all understand intimately, intimately understand, right? What else would you like to share with the audience before we wind up, Jackie?
What I like to share is that we all deserve the best in everything and in our lives. We all deserve the best. And we can have that, right? And all it takes is some quiet time every day to reflect, see what comes into our hearts. And once we start taking action, it happens.
I love that.
I feel very emotional about this because if anybody had told me that I would stop working for Microsoft and, not have a set job and be out there helping people, if anybody had told, I said, no, 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 that's impossible. But every step of the way, I had the support of my husband, but more than ever, I had the support of the universe. And it brought people like you to me, Sandra, right? Whatever is needed at the time as you take the steps, because you don't know, you don't know the full picture. But once you're taking the steps, you're taken care of.
I love that.
So, so that's all I have to say. Thank you very much, Sandra, for giving me this opportunity. I truly appreciate you. And you know that. And you've made a huge difference in my life, in the programs I'm in with you. And I say to those coaches out there, every coach needs a coach, right?
So true. So true.
So thank
Um,
you.
Jackie, if you're open to it, I'm gonna just kind of, because we've got a little bit more time here. Does anybody have any questions or comments that they'd like to share with Jackie before we wind up too? I think it's really important to make this a little bit more rounded experience for Jackie with the summit end of things. Go
Well,
ahead,
as
Ellen.
far as a comment, I would just simply say that the focus on where is your joy, where is your source of joy, what truly makes you happy, really is a message that a lot of people need, because that really is the most important starting point for tapping into the gifts that we come into this life with and are meant to share. And I'm sure Christina would end up saying that as well when it comes her time to do a presentation. But yeah, I just want to say that you're definitely right on the money with that. And I kind of went through a similar process myself, trying to decide which direction am I going to go, because I got tired of what I was doing and I wanted to find something new. And that was one of the things that helped me determine which of several directions I could go that I wanted to go. There was one other question that really helped me. I don't know if maybe your program has that in store as well. Maybe that's part of the secret that people have to sign up for to find out. But the question that really helped me was, how do I want to be remembered after I'm gone? And for me, there were two directions I was looking at. I could help build websites for people. That was one of my directions. Or I could be kind of along the lines of a coach, like what you're saying. And when I really looked at those two directions through that lens, it's like, do I really want to be remembered as someone who helped people build websites, or do I want to be remembered as someone who helped people find their own inner purpose and their own inner fire and light? And it's like, there's no question about it. That's the direction I'm going.
I love that, Ellen. I think that's
Yeah.
so powerful. Jackie, do you want to respond?
Yes, Alan, it's as you said, it's the foundation. What will bring you joy? And when you talk about joy, that's to me, that is your purpose for being here. You get up in the morning, excited for your day. And it is, it's an almost unbelievable experience, and I'm sure you know it because I get up in the morning excited for my day. And that is something that we should all have. I truly believe that. And I had said to Sandra, is this really for me, this session? When she talked about spiritual, um, and I'm a spiritual person, and I truly believe that we are supported. And so, thank you, Alan. I honor you for saying that I am on the right path. Thank you.
Christina.
Jackie. Oh my goodness. Your message is so very timely. I think that women more than ever need that message to be not only heard. I think we've been hearing it for a long time, but we need the women that embody it so strongly, so powerfully, with such a presence like you have. Everybody can feel it. You have such this grounded energy and this light-hearted, just really human, like you shared the nervousness, and that instantly built rapport, that instantly made, I'm sure, every woman in the room feel seen. We can do this. It built confidence. There's such an encouragement in the message that you shared today. And I think what's really stood out that I found so beautiful is that you did it with such a grace of permission. There was no, there wasn't a tension point. There wasn't a moment where I questioned, would this be for me? It's such a beautiful, timely message. So grateful that you're here to share it and that you had the courage and that Sandra said, yes, you were meant to be here. All of the things, Jackie. The summit wouldn't have been the same without you. This is this is incredible. I loved your presentation. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you. I truly appreciate that. Thank you.
You're a beautiful gift, a beautiful gift. And I hope more women, because I'm watching Sandra, I watched Callie, everybody's holding themselves like, yeah, there's a woman after our hearts doing the workout in the world. Look at us doing the workout in the world. And all of us feel that same part that questioned whether we had the courage, whether we should, whether there was room for our voices. And here you are so bravely just setting the example of extraordinarily well of what is possible when we give ourselves permission to allow the joy to guide us. Yeah, Jackie, truly
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you, Christina. Thank you.
I want to give some kudos on top of this too, Jackie. Very authentic, very much. I love how you shared your story about your mom. We were all walking that right there with you, and those words of wisdom that she gave you and how you've embraced them and really moved forward with them is just a true testament to everything that you are and everything that your mom represented to you. So kudos to you. Okay, everybody, we get to have a little bit of a break. Actually, I'll just open the floor one last time because we have a little bit more time. Anybody have another comment or question for the beautiful Jackie?
I just wanted to say thank you for sharing. I'm already looking into the link. It was very effective and really appreciate that you took the time. Namaste.
Thank you, Heather.
Thank you, Jackie. Like Christina said, you had to be here. There's a reason why, right? And your message is one that's very important to women today. Yeah, truly. Thank you for being here. Okay, everybody, we have just about a half-hour break actually before the next one. So this is a really good opportunity to get up, walk around, turn your cameras off, dance, do a Latin dance in your space, whatever it is. Yeah, just take a few moments and gather yourself and recognize who you are in this space, in this moment, in this container, and allow that to ripple out to all aspects of your life. Okay, everybody?